rooms inside the Coricancha in Cusco, which was the sacred center, probably far before the time of the Inca, because this is the greatest example of technical virtuosity in Peru. The walls of the rooms lean at a 5-degree angle inwards into the room. And on the interior of the room, it's also 5 degrees. And the doorways, this classic trapezoid, which is called the Inca style, but the Inca adopted it from a much older megalithic culture. That angle is about 3 degrees inward. Of course, this is intelligent in terms of earthquake proofing because the walls are leaning into each other, and in that way the force is pushed inward. But of anything that is of greatest interest in the Coricancha, it's what are called the discarded or misplaced stones in this room. And there's one in particular that has taken my interest, and also that of engineers who I brought here, and that's this one. It's a borehole 2.5 feet long. Now the crazy thing about this is that the stone here, I believe, is andesite, which is a local material. Other parts of the walls are made out of basalt. Hardness, if diamond is 10, these are between 6 and 7. So the big question is, how could the Inca have possibly have shaped this hole, taking into account that they only had bronze chisels, which I've said probably too many times, and stone hammers? How would it have been possible for them to create a 2.5 foot long borehole that seems incredibly straight? The other thing, which is even more important, is the fact that if you look at this front surface, that stone has been broken. That hole must have extended out this way in the original block. And also at the back, the same thing. You can see clearly that it's been broken off. So if it's 2.5 feet long now, how long was it originally? Now you can also see these striations that go in this direction. The question is, what caused that? Was it the boring tool itself that was dragging some kind of material with it as it made its way through the material? You can see there isn't just one, there are a number of them. And with your discerning eye, can you make out spirals? Like, was this a rotational or rotary drill bit? Or was it some kind of high vibrational tool that was pushing its way through the material? I've been in the Coricancha I don't know how many times, and I've looked and looked, and this seems to be the only example of this more than 1 inch diameter hole cut through a solid block. There's also a side hole here, but it's much cruder. This is, I think, astonishing. And so when Christopher Dunn comes in August, author of the Giza Power Plant, I hope we're going to thoroughly explore this with more precision tools than I have in order to see what this was.